Hello, and welcome back to homeschoolcurriculumcenter.com. We are your source for curriculum reviews and resources. We give you information on everything homeschool, including top curriculum choices, free curriculum options, best online curriculum, and resources for every subject. So, welcome back. Thank you for joining us on today. We are back with another great homeschooling resource. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you can be notified when we upload videos on the latest homeschooling resources. Today's resource is a free resource in the subject area of history. Remember, if you want to know how to access this curriculum and how to use it in your homeschool, watch this video in its entirety all the way to the end. I will show you the ins and outs of this online curriculum and how to use it in your homeschool. So today's curriculum option is called the American Yawp. This is an online history textbook. It is a totally interactive history textbook with primary sources as well. So as you can see here, volume 1 is the time period of before 1877. So this goes from the indigenous America all the way to Reconstruction, the Civil War and Reconstruction. And then we have volume 2. This is after 1877. This is capital labor all the way to the triumph of the right and the recent past. So this is a totally interactive textbook. As you can see, when I hover over the topics here, they highlight. So these are hyperlinks. So you will, of course, begin your curriculum as the first beginning of the history there. And then you will click on that link there, and then it will pop up with the chapter reading for that particular subject area. They have some great images built throughout the entire chapter here. You can see the different headings here. You can actually hop to those headings. So let's say you already know about the first Americans. You want to hop to Spanish exploration and the conquest. You will click there, and it will hop to that section in the chapter. So as I mentioned, lots of great images throughout this text here. You will read about it. Great diagrams here that will explain. So the reading there also tells you about the diagrams there. So lots of beautiful imagery here to learn about these particular events in history. There are built in what's called primary sources. So things that really give you a clear indicator of what that time period was like. So here's a Native American creation story. So you can see that there. And so definitely lots of great information in this particular online textbook. So definitely check it out. This is the American Yawp. And so it is an online free textbook here. And so remember, you have access. You can jump around. Of course, history is normally taught in order that it occurs. But let's say you just want to focus on the American Revolution or you want to focus on the Civil War and Reconstruction. You can do that, right? So here's World War I and World War II, the Great Depression. So the Roaring 60s is what I call them. So you can definitely jump around if you want to just highlight certain points in history, or you can follow it all the way throughout. They do also have some teacher helps here. And so if we go here to the main page here, when you scroll to the bottom, there are teacher materials. So you would click on that, and then there's introductory note here. You have a syllabi, the readings, discussion questions, key terms, and quizzes. So there are quizzes here. There are essay assignments and exams. So this is a full free online history curriculum for history there. So U.S. history mainly. So definitely check it out. You can see there are the quizzes listed here. So after each chapter's reading, you can also divide the chapters over a week's time period, right? So most of the chapters I think have about 5 sections in them. So you can do one section per day and then do your quiz on Friday with that final section there. Or you can divvy it into 2 weeks. So remember, homeschooling is very, very flexible. You can gauge it and fit it to where it fits in your home for homeschooling. So you decide there are 30 chapters here. This would definitely be enough for an entire school year of history there. And so they have all the quizzes there, especially if you're needing that credit for high schoolers. This would be a great option here to have some graded assignments to be sure that your children are learning the material. So they have some quizzes there, also some essay assignments here as well, and then exams. So great option here, totally for free. So this is the teaching material link there, but it's called the American Yawp. This is American U.S. history. This is totally free and available online. So you have all the information here. Remember, you just click on the hyperlink. It leads you to the chapter. It has great images there. Ooh, live images there that really brings this history to life. So as I mentioned, each of the chapters have about 5 sections in them. And then there's a conclusion. There's also primary resources. So those real images and things from the time period. And so as mentioned, you can break it into 1 day per week where you read 1 section per day and then go from there. And you can do the quiz at the very end of the week. So lots of great, ooh, look at there, some money during this time period of the Reconstruction and Civil War. Wow, Confederate America. So definitely this is a great option. Real documents and real primary sources included in this curriculum. So check it out at the AmericanYawp.com, AmericanYawp.com. So this is a simple, well laid out U.S. history option here for history for either middle school or even high school or just U.S. history in general. It may be a little detailed for elementary level, so I probably would not use it for elementary students there because of the real images here, but it's definitely the real life history, right? Of U.S. history. So definitely check it out, the American Yawp. The American Yawp is an online free textbook that gives a great overview of American history from Indigenous America, so before 1877, all the way to after 1877 and the recent past. So let's see what's in the recent past here. So they have American politics before September the 11th, 2001 there. They have the pandemic included here, New Horizons. So pretty recent history here, okay? So definitely check it out. Got the Obama years, into the Bush years, the Great Recession. So definitely this last chapter does include some great recent events, including the pandemic as well. So this last chapter is 2001 all the way to the pandemic in 2020. So great information here. As I mentioned, you can break it up amongst each weeks. So if you did 1 chapter per week, that would be 30 weeks there. You can include some built-in tests and quizzes there in some of those weeks there to have a full 36-week curriculum for U.S. history. Remember that history is a required course, and especially U.S. history is required for high school credit there. So this would be a great option as well, especially if you have a reader who doesn't mind reading the material without you. That would be a great help as well. So definitely check it out at theamericanyawp.com, theamericanyawp.com. If this is not quite what you are looking for, there are several options available. So no need to worry. Definitely head on over to our playlist right here on YouTube. We have a full playlist of history curriculum available. There are several formats and options, so choose the best option that fits your homeschool and your family. So definitely head on over to our playlist here on YouTube. You can also head on over to Homeschool Reading Resources. There is a free history guide there available at homeschoolreadingresources.com. You can download this free guide that gives you a list of history curriculum, websites, free curriculum, workbooks. So there are lots of options there as well. So no need to fear. There are so many options. You can find the one that fits your children in your homeschool because, as I say, all homeschools and all families are different. All right, so remember to share this video. Share with other families so they have this information also. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when we upload videos on the latest homeschooling resources. Also, check out the description box. There are so many links in there. And remember, happy homeschooling.